Hi everybody, my name is Abraham Saivisi and this is the video for user story number 2810 for the results team. If we take a look at the definition of the user story card in Mingle, we can see that the name of the user story is to enhance proper listing attributes display, and the description of which is that the attributes listed in each listing of the results page are unclear and need to be improved. We can look at that the actual BreazeHome site that is currently deployed. If we browse through the properties now, we can see that the listings here, the descriptions of each of the results for the listings are a bit unclear. We don't see exactly the address, even though we have the bedrooms and the bathrooms and all of the information listed here that would be extremely relevant. It's not listed in an organized way, in a concise way that catches the eye, and it's not appealing to a proper user experience. And there is some redundancy in information like total views, which users wouldn't really care about, perhaps even the aspect of it being a condo or not. So that is the main essence of the user story. The acceptance criteria is to change the listing to display 1 or 2 properties per row. So there's sufficient room for each property and its details, and for each entry to display picture, price, address, square feet, rooms, and bedrooms, and to lastly ensure each of these attributes are clearly defined and displayed clearly. So if we look at the end product after the user story, and we can take a look at the local development environment and see how the site looks after the user story has been implemented. We can see that if we browse all properties, we see that the listing now is displayed specifically only 2 properties at a time. And if the screen is small enough, it'll only show 1 property at a time, but definitely not 3 per row. And each listing is concise. The price is the biggest font. The background is clear so that the contrast with the font is crisp. We have little icons that define what property we're talking about, and any redundant information or information that would not be immediately needed to be visible to the user on preview is omitted. And we see that now there is a much more concise view and preview of the properties that we're looking at. So what the code changes that took place in the code base were mainly in the results page. We changed the bootstrap gridding so that there's only 2 properties per row, so that each one takes 50% of the 12 grid system. And if it's an extra small screen, so that it'll only show 1 property per row. And also the bottom part of each property listing, which is over here, we changed all of this code base specifically to align it neatly. We arranged the CSS in cards.scss. It modified all of this so that the formatting is proper and correct. And in agent search.scss, we changed specifically the background of this piece, of the bottom piece of the card. And in terms of the changes of the code base, that's pretty much the gist of it. That sums up the description of the changes made to the code base for this user story. And if we go back to the acceptance criteria, we change listing to display 1 or 2 properties per row. And we've done this. For each entry, we display picture, price, address, square feet, rooms, and bedrooms. And we've done this. And lastly, we've ensured that each of these attributes are clearly defined and displayed clearly. That concludes the video for user story number 2810. Our contact information is as follows. Our product owner is Dr. Masood Sajadi, and any questions could be directed to him. Thank you for watching.